Hi everyone, it is time for some maths now. It's the 13th of the 1st, 2021. Well done to everybody who sent me a little message about what was special about the date yesterday. Yesterday it was the 12th, obviously, and it said 12.1.21. But it was also the same going backwards. It was 121. 2-1. That's called a palindrome. Well done to the people who sent me a message about that. Well done. You got a dojo for that one. Now, on to today's maths. Same sort of stuff as yesterday. Today we're going to be looking at related multiplication and division calculations. Sounds complicated again? It won't be, it'll be fine. Today we're not going to do any flashbacks. Today it's going to be slightly different. Because I've got one of these true or false questions for you to have a think about. So it says, if I know 3 times 6 equals 18, then I also know 3 centimeters times 6 equals 18 centimeters, 6 liters times 3 equals 18 liters, or 3 meters times 6 equals 18 meters. Is that true or false? Is that statement true or false? Think about what we did yesterday and have a little think about it now. Decide on your answer, maybe a reason as well. Pause the video and then I'll go through it. So pause the video now. All right, let's have a little look. You had a true or false statement there. Let's see what you put. The answer is in fact true. That was true. All the calculations, all those things, whether it was to do with centimeters, liters, meters, whatever, it was all to do with 3 times 6. So if you know that 3 times 6 equals 18, then the answer to all of those would be correct as well. And that would have been true. So well done if you got that. That is to do with what we were doing yesterday and a little bit more of that coming up now. So, like I said, it's going to be related multiplication and division calculations. So make sure you've got your whiteboards or rough paper ready to do some working out, especially for the first couple of pages of this lesson. So if you've not got any, pause the video, go and get some now. All right, so I'll read out the questions for you, and then you can have a little go at them. So 1A, what have we got here actually? We've got 3 dogs, 3 kennels. We've got some of their food bowls, their water bowls there. We've got some bones, it looks like, on the floor, and we've got a packet of dog treats. It says there's 60 in there. Okay, that's all the information in the picture. Let's see what we have to do. It says the bones are shared equally between the dogs. How many bones will each dog get? Okay, so that's your first one to have a little go at. Think about it. The key part there is shared equally. So think about what kind of problem that one is. And then I'm going to read them both out now. So 1B, the dog treats are shared equally between the dogs. How many dog treats will each dog get? So remember, there's 60 dog treats in the packet. So the key part of that question is shared equally. That will let you know what kind of problem they are. So you're going to have a little go at those two now. So pause the video and then I'll come back with the answers. Okay, so you should have had a go at those 2 questions there, 1A and 1B, all about dog bones and dog treats. Maybe you did them on a whiteboard in school. Maybe you did it on a whiteboard at home if you've got a whiteboard at home. That's pretty good. Or maybe you did it on some scrap paper as well. Let's have a little look. So the first one, this is how you should have had a go at it. There were 6 bones and there were 3 dogs. So you're sharing the bones out equally. That means it must be a division. It must be a division. Hopefully you weren't drawing out the bones and things like that. If you did that, that's fine, but try and get into the habit of using the numbers and working out what problem, because we've got down here 6 bones divided by 3, the 3 dogs, equals 2. So each dog will get 2 bones. There you go. That was the answer to that one. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Hopefully you got that. Second one was slightly more tricky because it was a bigger number, but if you do the same sort of thing, if you realize it's a related calculation, you should be able to do it because there were 60 dog treats and there were still 3 dogs. There weren't loads more dogs. What you had to do was 60 divided by 3, which equals 20. Okay, so what you could have used, it's just showing you here, you could have used some base 10. Maybe you drew some base 10 out. Maybe if you realized 6 10s divided by 3 will equal 2 10s, 60 divided by 3 equals 20, and that means each dog will get 20 treats. Okay? The guy here saying, I wonder if I could have used my answer from 6 divided by 2. You could, because it's all the same sort of numbers, isn't it? If you'd done some inverse in there, you could have done some switching around and it would have helped you find an answer. I'm going to move on now to the next thing. This is something else to have a go at. So in a second, you're going to pause the video again. I'll read them out first, though. It says, these bones are shared between 4 dogs. So you'll have to count how many bones there are. It says it there, actually. It says, how many bones does each dog receive? It says 12 ones. Okay, 12 bones. Divided by 4 equals how many? Okay, so that's the first one. So I've got in a sec. The next one is 120 dog treats are shared between 4 dogs. Okay, so this time they've done the base 10s for you. And you are going to think about sharing them equally between the 4 dogs. If it says shared equally, it's always going to be a divide. Okay, so have a little go at those 2. Pause the video now. Okay, so for this one, we had 12 divided by 4. Okay, there was 12 bones, 4 dogs. So each dog would receive 3 bones each, which isn't bad for a dog. Next up, 120 dog treats are shared between 4 dogs. So you would have put down here 12 10s, because that's what 120 is. 12 10s divided by 4 equals 3 10s. And then you've got 12 divided by 4 again. So something we've used already equals 3. Sorry, I messed that up. 120 divided by 4 equals 30. And then each dog gets 30 dog treats. Okay, so if you times how many bones by 10, which you have, then your answer will be times by 10 as well. So if you got, it's the similar sort of numbers, you got 3 bones each for the dogs up here, you should have got 30 dog treats for the dogs down there. These dogs are doing pretty well for themselves, I think. Okay, one more little thing to have a go at is a challenge. Same as always with the challenge, if there's time to do it, if you're in school, brilliant, have a go. Don't worry too much if you don't have time to do it at home either, but it is an extra challenge for all those wonderful mathematicians that I know we've got to have a go at. So this time, Aki's using some multiplication facts to work out some division facts. That's what we always say. You can use your multiplies to help you work out some divides, and you can use divides to help you work out multiplies using inverse, it's called, which is a great thing to do. So what I want you to do is pause the screen. I'm not going to read through all this. I want you to pause the video and have a go at this one. Okay, hopefully you had a little go at that. You're using Aki's facts to begin with here. He says, I know that 4 times 2 equals 8. Hopefully we all know that. So he's got down here 2 times 4. Well, that's going to be 8 because he's just switched them around. 8 divided by 2. Well, if we do some switching, we know that'll be 4. And 8 divided by 4, switch them around again, is a 2. Okay, now he's saying, I know that 4 times 20 equals 80. So he's using his related calculation skills there, which is great. So what other calculations can Aki work out using these facts? So you could have here, instead of this 4 times 20, you could have put 2 times 40, and that'd get 80 as well. So that'd be quite a nice one. And then you need some divisions. So here he's got 8 times 2. Well, we don't, oh, sorry, 8 divided by 2. Well, we don't want that this time. We want 80 divided by 20, and that'll give us 4. Or you could have 80 divided by 40, and that'll give us 2. All right, there you go. Hopefully you did all right with that one. Extra little challenge for you there. Brilliant. Next, we are going to move on to our Power Maths book. So today in your Power Maths books, I want you to have a go at page 12, 13 and 14. A couple of people yesterday who sent me their work and said they were struggling a little bit with the challenge in their Power Maths book and their reflect question. Don't worry too much, like we used to do in school. If you're struggling with the challenge, leave that till the end, and it's not overly important. It is a challenge. That's why it's called challenge. The reflect, have a go at. Usually it's just a case of explaining a little bit more how you do things from what you've learned in that lesson. So try and have a go at the reflect, but don't worry too much about the challenge. As always, give yourself about 20 minutes, a little bit less, a little bit longer, that's fine. And also, I will put the answers, like I have been doing, Monday and Tuesday on our Class Dojo page. So I'll put the answers for pages 12, 13 and 14 on today as well. That's it for the maths. Have a good go at that, and I will talk to you all very soon indeed. See you later.